Hello ladies and gentlemen, Gabesty here. This is the normal and heroic tank guide for the Butcher. And believe it or not, tanking this guy is actually quite simple. There are only very few mechanics, but he does have the potential to do some of the burstiest damage in the zone on this difficulty. So, the first thing you need to do when you initially pull the boss is make sure that you and your tank partner run in and aggro him simultaneously. The reason for this is throughout the entire fight, the Butcher has a buff called Heavy-Handed. And Heavy-Handed will attempt to duplicate all of his melee attacks on the current tank to a nearby player that's near that tank. However, if there isn't another player nearby, he will instead just duplicate the attack on the initial tank target. So this is like getting double attacked for really heavy damage, and it's very dangerous. So to avoid the duplicates hitting just a single tank, you and your tank partner should run in simultaneously at the beginning. Beyond that, the basic tank mechanic is called the Cleaver, and this can be avoided, dodged, that kind of stuff. However, if you do not dodge it, it will apply a stack of the Tenderizer buff. And this is a dot that stacks up, and basically this is your tank swap mechanic. If you reach around 4 stacks or so, you and your tank partner should swap so you can get this dropped off. But otherwise, just do your best to avoid the Cleaver and stay stacked up with your partner, and you should be golden. The last thing to briefly mention, which may not be important, it depends on your raid strategy, is positioning. So every time he reaches full energy, he will leap to ranged players, and then he'll run back to the current tank, of course. If your raid has your ranged players spread out, kind of in a half circle or something, then he'll leap to just a random location often. And this may require that you reposition him once he comes back so that your melee can get in the proper positions for the cleave mechanic. But if your raid is doing the setup like we are here, where your ranged are all stacked behind the boss directly, then he'll just run straight back to you as a tank and you don't have to worry about it. Other than that, all the mechanics are handled by the raid team in general. At 30% health, he will go into Frenzy, so his damage will increase pretty significantly. So save your big cooldowns if you can for that section when you're tanking. Anyway, that is the normal tank guide for the Butcher. Pretty easy. So have fun, good luck, and thanks for watching.